Hey, everybody, welcome back to another weekly stock market report. This is the last one of 2023. What a year. I don't know if I'm going to do a short one or a long one tonight. I've got the recap of all the best stocks of 2023. I might do another post on that. I might do another post on it in addition. I don't know. Let's see what happens. See how I feel. It's late. It's almost 2 o'clock in the morning here in the Philippines, but let's see. Let's see what I can pull out here. First of all, thanks for showing up here on these weekly calls every week. I just like to tell people what's going on and show people what I'm thinking. And this year we had a pretty darn good year. We just got off my mastermind call with my mastermind group, and everybody is smiling and happy, and it was a good year. And I hope you're having a great year as well, even if you're not in our program. There's plenty of money to be made, and the markets always give us an opportunity. And if you know how to play those opportunities, hopefully you know how to make money in the market. So let's go through what we have going on last week of the year here, December 29th. And we've got 4 green lights on the market. We had a little scare last week, but that red light turned back green again today. So we got 4 green lights. That means we're in a green market. That means even though this is one of the longest green markets, and our greens are short term, roughly, right? Unless we go into a secular, what I call a primary trend. But right now, this is a 40-something day deal, 50 days deal. Since November 6th, we've been green. And, the odds are that it's going to stop soon. But sometimes these go on for a long time. We got a melt up going on here, and I don't know when it stops. Could stop today. Who knows? Certainly, if you look at this chart and you look at that last bar on the right there, maybe it is going on today. And we're starting to see the capitulation and the freaking out and the selling. But I don't know. We'll see. It is the last day of the year, and it's really hard to tell. NASDAQ has had an unbelievable check mark of a year after a triple bottom. And now it's gone up really nicely from that 12,543 swing point to the 15,000 level. That's a 18% return, about a 24% return, by the way, on the S&P 500 for the year. So it's been a great year if you just bought and held. I think every person in the cash flow machine did way better than that because we collect income from options. But again, it's a helpful year when the S&P goes up, like it did, more than normal. Normal is 9.4% over the last 50 years for the S&P 500. And, the S&P this year is 24% up, roughly. So S&P, there's a nice looking chart. There's a gap or two on that chart that want to get filled, but I don't know when they get filled. Could be next year, could be 10 years from now, who knows? Same thing here, but this is a beautiful, I just don't like the angle, right? It's too steep of an angle. It really went up, so that means it goes back down fast too when it does correct. But the Dow Jones Industrial Average has just really shot up nicely from 32,327 swing point up to almost the $38,000 level. I guess it's 37,628 today. The New York Stock Exchange finally caught up, and it's doing well too, from 14 to 17,000. So a really nice set of four indexes that are all kind of in sync again, finally. And we have a golden cross that's been in effect here for about 2 weeks. And golden crosses with the 50-day moving average. That red line crosses the black line, that 200-day moving average. That's healthy for the market. That means the computers are all buying and the market makers are all buying, and the people that have a lot of volume are buying. And that's important for us little guys, right? The volatility index, you can see it's at fairly record lows. It's not a record, but it's, it got down to 1181. This is a reversion to the mean index, so it's going to want to go back to that black line at some point. But right now it's on the other side of it. And when it's on the downside of that line, that means the market's all systems go, right? When it's on the upper side of that, that means people are a little scared. The airline index, if you've been watching these for every week for the last several months, I was wondering why this airline index was crashing so much. And when it got down to about 46, I said, you know what? I just looked at it. Technically, it's at exactly a 50% retracement. I think it's bottoming. And sure enough, every once in a while, even a blind squirrel gets a nut, they say, right? And I got this one almost to the penny on it, and it hit that 45.92, and it jumped up to 70, right? So I don't know what was going on in the airline index, because every plane I'm I'm flying on, and I'm in the Philippines today. Um, every plane I've been flying on is full. So I don't know why the index has sold off so much, but it certainly has rebounded. And now I don't think I would buy because it's rebounded right to a critical Fibonacci level, it looks like, maybe even an extended Fibonacci level. But that was an interesting bounce off that, and we'll see what happens there. Apple, this is a weekly chart on Apple, I believe. Yes, it's a weekly chart. Apple is making a nice little consolidation, little cup with handle, however you want to look at it, but it wants to make a run at that $200 level. And a lot of us in the cash flow machine are in Apple, and we collect, 1.5% a week in juice on that. So that's helped a lot of people have a really great year. One person in our group has made 50%, 95% of it's been in Apple. He had a 50% year, and the stock isn't really doing 50% right now. It's just kind of hanging in there. But you would have had to pick the exact bottom and pick the exact top. Apple is not going anywhere, and it's not going away. In other words, that's what I should say. SMCI is another one that looks like it's coiling up a spring. They're in the chip business and power supply business. And this stock looks like it just has a nice relative strength, and it's just consolidating in a level that's building a spring, and it wants to possibly go higher. It doesn't look weak at all to me. On semiconductor, basically the same thing, although it's a little bit more technically weak. NVIDIA is coiling a very, very powerful spring to the upside, it looks like to me. The high is 504. It doesn't want to drop. Every time it drops, somebody comes back and buys it. And there's not a lot of selling. If you look down at the bottom, the volume is really low, even on the selling weeks. So people want NVIDIA to go higher, and I suspect they're going to drive NVIDIA to the trillion-dollar, multi-trillion-dollar level company, which is in the ether with Apple and Amazon and some of these other trillion-dollar companies that are out there, Microsoft, I guess. And then I'll just keep going. Okay, these are the best performing stocks of the year. So we started with NVIDIA, number one best performing stock. You can see it was at $100 earlier in the beginning of the year. It's at 500 now. It's a 4Xer, right? Meta Platforms is it's a 5X actually. Meta Platforms was down at around $100, and now it's at 340. And that's done extremely well. I'm not going to go through all the fundamental stuff. You can see that on the charts here if you want to take a look at it. But take a look at return on equity was great, and the earnings per share growth rate is kind of the theme on why stocks go up, and that certainly proved to be the case in most of these. Uber from the $25 level to the $60 level. CrowdStrike, I think number 5 or number 6 in there. And you can see that ran from 100 to 260, right? Are you kidding me? It's, for the stock that you probably never heard of. Shopify, it's back in play now after this huge precipitous drop from 180 down to 26. And then what a rebound that we've had up to 80. And that's primarily because of earnings. AMD had another precipitous drop during that bear market of 22, and it's in the right space. It's in the chip space. And so it's run back up to 160 from the $60 levels. It's almost tripled. Tesla is number 7. You know me, I'm the guy primarily in Tesla. I really believe in what they're doing. That was one of the best performing stocks of the year, from a low of around $100 to a high of 300, so a triple, and then it's pulled back and done its volatility thing, but now it's sitting around 250. So Tesla was a great performer, and you can look at that return on equity of 38 and the earnings per share growth of 113% to see why. Palo Alto, another cyber technology company that's basically up from a bottom of 140 up to 300, so a double there. Incredible return on equity on that one. And then Salesforce, same thing, $120 to 260. Just owning some of these stocks would be great. Collecting income on them makes it even sweeter, and that's what we do in our cash flow machine program. But Salesforce is an unbelievable performer this year, and it doesn't look like it wants to let up. It wants to run up to that $300 swing point up there, and we'll see if it does. Broadcom is the last one that I'll talk about, and you can see this stock was at 450, and now it's at 1100. It hit almost up to the $1,200 level, almost a triple, not quite a triple, but 2.5x. And again, they're in the chip business, and the chips were hot this year. Will they continue to be hot? Well, AI is hot. I don't know if it is going to cool off this year. Maybe by the end of the year, it might cool off, but certainly not. Listen, thanks for being here every week. If you like what we're doing and you happen to be watching this on YouTube or Rumble or wherever we are, hit the like and subscribe button for me, the notification so you know exactly when I go live. I do these every Friday. I do them during market hours so that they have some relevance. So the notification bell will let you know exactly when it comes out. But listen, it's been a great year. I hope you've had a great year. And thanks for being here. Hopefully 2024 will be even better. By the way, I'm having an event called Your Greatest Year. It's at lightcircle.org. Lightcircle.org is my mastermind group. And lightcircle.org is, if you put a / on that, and then your greatest year after that, that's the event that we're having where you can really step away from that year, step away from that event, which is coming up January 13th and 14th. It's an online event, so you don't have to show up anywhere except your couch and your jammies. And you sit there and you work on your goals. And you don't get many opportunities to work on your goals. You might say, I'm going to lose 10 pounds here or there, but you don't get to sit down and actually work on your goals. Well, in this case, we have 6 expert speakers coming in to talk about your health, your wealth, your relationships, your time management, and then you'll sit down, you'll walk away from the event with a plan for having your greatest year, 2024. So hopefully you can make it. It's $197 still. Pick up tickets, lightcircle.org / your greatest year. But I hope you have a happy new year, and thanks for being here. Let's have an even better 2024, and I'll see you then. Take care. Bye.